What's up, guys? So I've been kind of toying with this new YouTube series for a couple weeks now. I was actually preparing to shoot it about a week ago, and that's when the car accident happened. I'm sure most of you guys, the majority of you, follow me on Instagram, since that's where my largest follower base is. I was driving the Mclaren, and I was on a 2-lane road, so one lane going one direction, one lane going the other, and a driver heading the opposite direction, literally at the last second, just swerved in and hit me, pretty much head on. It's going 45 miles an hour. I'm pretty sure he was going about the same. There's like a block of memory that I'm missing after like I remember seeing the car like coming towards me, and then I can't remember actually getting hit, but I remember spinning out afterwards and kind of like freaking out. The first thought that came to my mind was, my car. I didn't even think about like, was I okay? I was like, my car, oh my God. I was so pissed. It turned out the other driver didn't have a driver's license, didn't have car insurance, and he was driving a friend's car. Guy barely spoke English. I've been called racist for speculating this, but I'm assuming he's an illegal immigrant. Just putting pieces together here. I'm not racist, but it is what it is. The side of this is that in Virginia, the max uninsured motorist coverage I could get, so like I'm fully insured, maxed out, right? But the most an insurance company in Virginia will cover in an uninsured accident, so like the other driver's uninsured, the most they'll cover is $100,000. My car is worth somewhere 170 to 180. So that's about $70,000 to $80,000 that if the car's totaled, I'm going to be out of pocket. Really sucks. There's really nothing I can do about it. I spoke to an attorney. He said there's nothing there's nothing we can do. It's just a situation. The system is not set up properly. So yeah, life goes on. I actually got a new truck. Once I'm done with this little segment here, and I talk about talk about the new series that I want to put out. We'll go take a look at the truck. I'm just sitting out here enjoying a cigar and relaxing, and so the new series is just really like trying to address the top 5 things that are holding people back from getting started in dropshipping, or maybe they got started and they ran into these problems or whatever. My intention was to try to figure out like what was preventing people from taking advantage of this massive opportunity. And the most common thing that I heard, so I did a Q&A, not a Q&A, I did a kind of a poll, like I told people to submit answers, and I said, what's the biggest thing holding you back from starting dropshipping? And the number one response that I got had to do with not knowing who to trust. Because there's so much misinformation out there, there's so many fake gurus and scams, and everybody says different things, right? Everybody, wants you to believe that what they're telling you is true. My neighbor just ran into their own car. So, anyways, the number one issue, the number one concern that people have is not knowing who to trust, and that makes sense, because without trust, you don't know what to do, right? You don't know. If you don't know what's true, it's very hard to be confident in what you're doing. And the best the best advice, and it's not going to sound very nice, is that you really can't trust anybody. And I feel like I would be doing you a disservice by telling you that, oh, you can trust me and not anybody else. But like, I think that you should all be in the habit of not trusting anybody, including me, and vet me, right? Like, look at what I'm talking about and make sure that you get to a point where like your heart is telling you that this person is honest and trustworthy, and this person has my best interest at heart. And for these reasons, they're not just trying to make a quick buck off of me. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that the decision I made to get into influencing, to being a coach and a guru or whatever, making a course and coaching people and mentoring people and running a VIP group on Facebook and doing all these things and holding masterminds and conversing with people on Instagram all day long, like, has taken a toll on my own personal dropship journey. Right? Like, we all have so much energy and time in the day, and if we divert that energy into something else, then if we divert that energy into something, it's gonna take it away from something else. And so if these coaches are spending all their time coaching, then what are they doing, right? Like, how much are they really doing on their own? How much real experience do they have working on their own business? Anyways, so and then you ask, well, then why are you still doing this? And my answer should help build trust with you. And the reason why I coach is because I started Titan 3PL, a fulfillment company, and that to me has a much greater potential in the long term for profitability, for an exit strategy, than dropshipping does. Dropshipping is really good for fast, quick money right now, but it's not something that, like, I can't take a store and sell it for $10 million, okay? So, but I could take Titan 3PL in 3 or 4 years and do that. So what I'm getting at is there's a synergy with what I do. And that should hopefully give you some peace of mind of, if you decide to work with me, is that, and you should look for this with other people as well. Everybody does something with the intention of getting something out of it. There's, unless it's like charity work, and dropshippers are all about making money, right? These coaches are all about making money. They're teaching you how to make money. Why would they be helping you for free or for very little gain? The reality is because they're not making money anywhere else. And so for me, the reason why I help people is because if I teach you how to grow your business and how to get orders in your Shopify store, in your dropshipping business, then you might decide that you would want to work with me. I don't do this under any guarantee, but I trust that if I'm the one that helped you and your business grew, that you would choose to use my fulfillment company. And so there's a synergy there, right? The more I help you, the more orders you get, the more orders I get to fulfill. So you make more money, I make more money. There's a synergy. And so I have an honest intention in helping you. I want you to make more money. I want your business to grow. And you need to analyze everybody like that. You need to analyze, like, what does this person really have to gain from this situation? And so some people are just professional coaches. And you just need to question that. Like, if that's really what they're doing, then I don't know. You have to trust your gut. You need to, trust your gut, not the person, okay? And to expand on that, I would say you're better off picking one person and going all in on them than you are spreading yourself thin and trying a bunch of different methods. And the reason for that is, it's like when you're starting dropshipping, when you're running any type of business, you're doing anything that requires like a systematic procedure to execute properly. It's like running a scientific experiment. And if you're using multiple methods at the same time, what you're doing is you're introducing a whole lot of variables, and you're not going to be able to determine what's causing what result. You're not going to know if, this method yielded this result or this method causes this problem or whatever. You need to be very consistent and go all in on one thing, unless you're the type of person that wants to carve your own path, which is kind of the route that I took at the very beginning. I trusted my gut. I have a lot of self-confidence and was able to really kind of grasp the concept of drop shipping very quickly. And so I felt very confident in my trajectory, and I just went all in on that. And I wouldn't have shared what I discovered with anybody had I not started Titan 3PL. I just saw a bigger vision, and I decided to go all in on that bigger vision. So the number one problem that people have communicated to me, and I totally agree, trust is everything. Like if you don't have trust in any, like whether it's in your personal life or in your business or whatever it is that you're doing, if you don't have trust, then everything else falls apart. So knowing who to trust is huge, and you really need to learn to listen to yourself and develop your own BS detector, and use common sense and logic and determine, what is this person gaining out of helping me? What is this person gaining out of posting content? What does this person have to get out of this? Because people don't do stuff for no reason. They have an intention, and you just have to think that through. So hopefully that was helpful. I'm just trying to inspire some thought, and that was part one. Part two, which I'll record after this, maybe not today, we'll see, has to do with budgeting. Okay, so make sure you watch the next part of the series. Has to do with budgeting. How much money do you need to get started? How do you manage your cash flow at the beginning? Like, if I start this business, am I going to run out of cash in my second week, or am I going to, what kind of problem am I going to run into financially at the beginning, or how do I even develop a lump sum of money to start the business? And I get those questions all the time. People want to know exactly how much money they need to be successful at drop shipping, and it's not an easy question to answer. It is and it isn't, because I'm not going to give you a specific figure, but I will try to break it down and give you a deeper understanding of what you guys need to do. So yeah, we can take a quick little look at the truck, and I picked up, so the reason why I bought a new car is because so the collision center that's working on the Mclarens, there's only two places, what they told me, two places on the East Coast that are certified to work on Mclarens. One is here, where was it? Sterling or no, Vienna, in Vienna, and then the other one's in Philadelphia, I think. Anyways, so they're working on it. He said it takes them 3 weeks to do an estimate, because they have to dismantle everything and then take a picture of each individual part and send it off to corporate, and then corporate has to give them permission to actually do any repairs and provide estimates on each individual piece. And it takes a lot of back and forth communication and verification and politics with Mclaren, because when you're dealing with an exotic car like a Mclaren, they're not just going to, no, they're not allowed to fix it unless they get permission from corporate, because the car has to meet their high quality standards. You can't just put the shit back together however you want. They have to be has to be according to approved procedures from Mclaren, from corporate Mclaren. So anyways, I think the same thing is like with Ferrari and probably with Lamborghini too. Anyways, so they said 3 weeks for an estimate, and then they said it'll probably take 3 months to actually fix it, if it's fixable. He said there is a small chance that it's fixable. It depends on how much damage was done to the carbon fiber tub, is what he called it. And he said that based on the way the front end was damaged, there's a chance that it wasn't totaled. So yeah, I'll take you around the truck. It's a 2020 Ford Raptor. It's a car that I've been wanting for a while, because I'm looking at moving to a more rural area this year. I'm looking at buying a house on maybe like 50 to 100 acres. That's kind of my goal this year. And having a Ford Raptor would just be amazing for that. McLaren wouldn't be very helpful out there. So yeah, I got a 2020. It was actually used, so some like old guy bought it, put 5,000 miles on it, and decided it was too big, too hard for him to get in and out of, and so he took it to a Toyota dealership traded it in for a lower truck, and basically I got a brand new truck for like 12 to 15,000 less than what it would have been brand new, and all I had to deal with was an extra 5,000 miles on the odometer, so I got a really good deal. Yeah, I'll take you around and give you a little look at it.
Just a thought, relax.
Definitely plan on doing some work to this thing, some modifications, having some fun with it. Put this thing in sport mode. So it's got a really big back seat, plenty of room back there. Pretty excited about the truck, not so excited about the Mclaren. And stay tuned for part 2 of this new series. Hopefully it will be of some value to those of you that are just getting started or haven't started yet and trying to overcome some hurdles. And yeah, excited to prepare that for you guys. So see you in the next video.